We are live. We are live with the second episode of RCW Ravage Championship Wrestling. So, I noticed in the stream the other day after watching it, like I watched it over again, I noticed that the volume of me was like overpowered, or being overpowered by the game. So I did a couple testing before streaming, and yeah, and I think we should be okay now. So we have some things to address from the last episode. So we had an Iron Man match that ended very unexpectedly, honestly. It ended very weird. It ended up ending with AJ Styles not covering Seth Rollins after the phenomenal forearm, and he only had like 15 seconds left, and he still continued to wrestle. He still continued to wrestle and refused to get the cover, which would have tied it. So Seth Rollins ended up winning the Carnage Championship. So AJ Styles today, I talked with him, and he said, I want to speak to the RCW universe. I want to explain myself. I want to perk myself up after the loss. I wonder if he's going to fulfill his rematch clause. What's up, Flair? How's it going? I wonder if he's gonna refill his rematch clause, claim his rematch clause for the pay-per-view coming up. The Barrage pay-per-view. I have the arena all done. I just did it last night. I have the arena all done for the Barrage pay-per-view. 24-hour stream, that would never happen. Unfortunately. That would never ever happen. You know, that's kind of not my thing, but. So we have AJ Lee here. She's got some things to say to the RCW universe, so I'm going to have it turned over to her and focus on the promo here. Sorry about the pausing. I did my first one, it was so... Well, if you guys quiet down, maybe I can get right to it. It does... Actually, that first line right there sounds a lot like AJ Lee. The actual AJ Lee. So actually, this was AJ Lee that was downloaded via the community creations. I also have some debuts coming. We have the Undisputed Era and the Dudley Boys going at it in tag team action. I'm declaring war against every woman in the locker room. That's just too damn bad. Looks like... I don't know about making your own rules, AJ. I'm the commissioner and the GM of this show, so I make the rules. I don't know about that. I don't know about that, but you can say whatever you feel like saying. I guess she didn't really get the memo that I was the one that signed her to an RCW contract, and I'm the one that runs this show, along with my buddy Jacob. He actually helped me make the main event for tonight. I had to switch some things up for the main event, but we got a Fatal 4-Way main event. I'm not going to say who it is, because I want it to be a surprise here. We got a Fatal 4-Way event for the main event tonight. And that main event, whoever wins that will be the #1 contender for the RCW Championship. Yeah, it is exhausting, man. It is so fun, but it is exhausting. So, for our very, 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 very first match, we have the 2-on-2 table tag match. I know it says ladder tag, but it's table tag. So give me a minute here. While I do a few things before we continue here. Let me move this. Give me a few things real quick before I... Give me a minute here. Okay, so let's copy that. Can we copy this message here? Nope, we cannot. Okay. What are we in? We in Wolfpack, okay. RCW Wrestling. There we go. See, I'm part of a Discord community, actually 2 Discord communities, and what they do is, they actually have like a little self promo, so you can put your Twitch name in there, and try and get the stream going. We are streaming both on YouTube and Twitch, so after this is over, you'll be able to watch it over again. You know, I figured I'd do it that way. To have that going. So we have Bubba Ray Dudley and Devon Dudley versus Adam Cole and Kyle O'Reilly of the Undisputed Era. So here we go. The Dudleys said they wanted to return to in-ring action. And you know them as Devon get the tables, you know? So I said, why don't you go back to your old roots? Why don't you go back to your old roots and let's get this going. Oh, you're watching. Okay. I just wanted to text my buddy John here, because he said, oh, he's watching it on his TV. How rad is that? That's freaking sick, dude. He just sent me a picture of himself, of his TV, and he's watching it on TV right now, like a real wrestling fan should. So we have AJ Lee just say some really, really powerful words. I don't know why they're not coming out together, but I'll have to set them up as a tag team. That's probably why. I haven't actually, with these tag team matches, some of them I haven't, because you actually have to set them up as a tag team for them to come out together. I don't know why it says the Undisputed era there, like that, but whatever. It is whatever. Remember, this is a table tag match, so you must put one of the members of the tag team of your opposing tag team through the table to win. So I honestly think that the Dudley Boys are going to win this because it is their bread and butter. Putting people through tables is their bread and butter, so I think that the Dudley Boys definitely have it. Now, the thing that's going to suck is when 2K19 drops, I'll have to recreate everything that I did in this show. But that'll allow me to have some time to really plan out what I want to do going forward. And so when 2K19 drops, there will be some times where you're not going to see episodes of RCW. I just happen to want to do an episode right after we did our first one. So there are going to be some weeks, maybe even a couple weeks, where you don't see RCW. There might be. I'm not saying there are going to be. There might be. You know, so just be prepared for that in case you don't see RCW. Also, we have a Facebook page active right now. I just did it the other day. I still have to add a cover photo to it, but it's got a profile picture, a description, and everything else. So it's a Facebook page, and you can keep up to date with everything RCW, everything Ravage Championship Wrestling. However, I will not keep the results. The only results that I will do when it comes to the matches are the pay-per-views. So the only time I will ever post results or spoil things for you is the pay-per-views. And that'll only be on Facebook. We won't have a Twitter or anything like that. It'll just provide more of a easier way to keep up with things. You know, for those of you who aren't following on Twitch. The Dudleys are old-timers, they'll perish, and that is undisputed. Alright. I know that you're an Undisputed Era fan, so I will agree to disagree with you, but let's just see how this match plays out. Also, coming up with RCW, I've been thinking a lot about how these matches are going. And I love the simulation. I love it, how it goes. And I was talking to John last night, a fan of RCW, a real good friend of mine as well, who's also creating his own wrestling show. And he was talking about certain ways that he's going to do his. And he said that maybe simulating isn't the best way for him because he's going to... If he's going to want to control how a match goes, he's going to want to play it. And there's a lot, he's said that there's chemistry within the gameplay, and I think that's a really good idea. So I think coming up for the pay-per-view, what I might do is I might control some of the matches. So I guess Bubba Ray Dudley had totally annihilated I believe it was Kyle O'Reilly there, and the Dudleys win their first match in RCW. I guess my pick actually did win. We also have a surprise return. Another surprise return happening. Happening tonight. You may know him from his days in Japan. Japan wrestling. But before we get to that, we have a special promo coming from Emma. She tag teamed with Ember Moon the last episode to become the #1 contenders for the RCW tag team titles. Now the difference with that is I heard from quite a few people. Some people messaged me on Twitter, some people messaged me on Discord that tag team match didn't really interest them. Bear with me, because with the tag team titles, it might start a little bit slow. The storylines might start a little bit slow, but once the tag team titles come into picture, and we actually get further into this, I really think you guys are going to like it. Again, leave your suggestions wherever you can leave them, either a DM on Instagram or even message the Ravage Wrestling Facebook page. I keep track of that Facebook page, as well as my assistant GM Jacob. He keeps track of it as well, so we'll be getting those messages. So if you want to send a message to us on Facebook through that page, and tell us, you know, what you thought of the matches or whatever, or suggestions that you might have, let me know, and we'll take that into consideration, because this is about you guys. This is about the RCW universe, so I want you guys to actually feel like you're a part of this, and, you know, not just like WWE, where they just write whatever they want to write, you know, in the script. So, you know, so we have Emma here. We have quite a few of these tonight. I know that Paige wants to speak on behalf of her match in the pay-per-view. We also have AJ Styles speaking tonight as well, because he felt like he needed to get some things off of his chest after the heartbreaking loss, even though it was really his fault. So I don't know what excuse he's going to make or what he's going to do. But it was really his fault there. So it looks like we have Emma calling out her, or not really calling out, but in a way, yeah. In a good way. She's calling out Ember Moon, her tag team partner, and, well, her tag team partner for the time being. Who knows what this will spark. Okay, so it looks like she's vibing what Emma's putting down, so let's see what this is all about here. Oh, she's she wants to actually make it official and form a tag team with Ember officially. So looks like Ember is accepting her offer to form this unexpected alliance here. When I initially created the match, I didn't imagine that Emma would actually want to do this. She told me that she just wanted to speak to the WWE Universe. She never said anything about possibly making this a permanent thing between her and Ember, but judging by the connection that they had in their match, this might be actually a good thing. Leading up to the Barrage pay-per-view, this is actually going to be quite the matchup. Ember Moon and Emma versus the Bella Twins. And whoever wins that will obviously become the first ever RCW Women's Tag Team Champions. So, oh, by the way, I also edited the titles so it no longer says Custom Champion. It actually says what it needs to say now. So I edited those. So, now this is a match that John and I were talking about the other night, last night, and let me tell you this. So Sasha Banks, she won the #1 contendership to fight, or to wrestle for the RCW Women's title, which is now in the hands of Paige just by default because we have to have somebody as champion. So nobody has earned the title yet. It just happens to be in Paige's hands at the moment. And so this match is a one-on-one normal match. So this is just a normal wrestling match. But here's the kicker, though. Whoever wins this match, whether it's Paige or Sasha Banks, they will have to talk to me as GM and commissioner of RCW. They will have to talk to me and pick their stipulation for the match at the Barrage pay-per-view. It can be anything, whether it's Hell in a Cell, table, TLC, ladder, whatever it is. They can pick anything that they want. So this is high stakes right here. High stakes. So let's get going here. So, as you can see, what I'm seeing right here before we start this match here, what I'm seeing is that you can set up a run-in. And that actually might happen. One of these days, I might actually set up a run-in. Obviously, you guys will know who runs in during the live stream, but that's where you guys come in. I want you guys to let me know if I should set up a run-in on somebody, and who is it going to be. So obviously, we're going to get into this match here, but I was in talks with Paige the other night, and she was very excited about this match. Very, very excited to be back in wrestling. But she wasn't too psyched about AJ Lee sort of coming in and stealing her spotlight, or as like she likes to call it. So she told me that she has something to say later tonight to the WWE Universe, and I don't know what it's going to be necessarily. So yeah. And honestly, depending on what she says tonight, it could possibly play a role in what happens at the Barrage pay-per-view. So, so that should be pretty good. I'm excited to hear what she has to say about it. So here we go. We got the boss lady of SmackDown Live holding up the championship despite... Honestly, that belt actually looks pretty good with her. Honestly. I just like seeing this entrance with the belt. That's why I'm watching it, because I've never seen an entrance with the actual belt. Okay, that's pretty dope. Looks like Paige is very, very happy holding onto that belt despite not earning it. So it's really gonna suck for having her to give it up if she loses at the Barrage pay-per-view. So that's not gonna be really fun for her at all. So we have Sasha Banks here, and both ladies look like they're ready. Referee's got to separate them. They got to gain control here. He's got to... I might have to dock him for that. I might have to dock his paycheck for that. And again, looks like they're tied up in the corner here. Ref, you got to gain control of this match here. Knee to the face by Paige. Another knee to the face. Now her signature knee strikes. She's got her signature knee strikes in quite the moveset. She's a very violent striker. From watching her in WWE, watching her tenure in WWE, she was just absolutely like brutal, both on the mic and in the ring. So hopefully that translates over to transfers over to our wrestling promotion, Ravage Championship Wrestling, RCW. Oh, looks like Sasha caught her here. But Paige is able to get out of that. What a smart counter there, realizing what position she was in. Snap suplex. Honestly, it's going to be hard to tell who wins this match. You know, it's going to be hard to pick somebody. Because both Sasha and Paige are very, very good athletes. And I think it was a good signing by myself and by Jacob here. You know, it was a good signing. So I'm honestly hoping. Now, John, you watching on your TV, that's pure dedication. That is pure dedication. Hey Trey, thanks for the follow, man. Welcome to my house. Not the Flo Rida thing, but you know what I mean. Hopefully you enjoy yourself here. I appreciate it. Also, I will have a new cam border. The stream kept freezing on my laptop. Ooh, that sucks. I'm watching through my PS4. Oh, okay, through the app. Okay, that's even more dedication. Because you could be playing video games right now, but Instead, you're watching wrestling. So, anyways, looks better on the 50-inch anyway. Yeah, I would assume. This create or just real superstars. So this has created superstars in it. But most of them are real superstars in real life. Like, they might not be in the game, but they are real superstars in real life. I might actually create some of my own superstars, both women and men, for future episodes of RCW, but I gotta get all my ducks in order, and I don't really want to get too far because 2K19 is coming around the corner, so I'm going to have to recreate all of this anyway, and that's going to take some time, but that'll also give me time to plan out exactly what I want to do with RCW going forward. Do it on 2K19. Yeah, I will do it on 2K19. I will definitely do it on 2K19. Wow! I wasn't even paying attention. I guess Paige won that match, I guess. She said that she wanted to come back with a bang. You know, she was not... I doubt she's ever going to be medically cleared by WWE ever again, so she said, I want to come back. So I talked to the RCW doctors, and they said that she could wrestle. However, due to her injuries, she might end up not having as many matches. However, she will still be here. She's not going to be a Brock Lesnar champion. You know, she's not going to be a part-time champion. So there you have it, folks. Paige is going to pick her stipulation for the Barrage pay-per-view, which I still have to figure out a date for. Right now, I'm making a poster for it, because that's how WWE does things. You make posters for pay-per-views and stuff. So keep an eye out for that. I will post that on the RCW Facebook page. Which, you know what? I will actually quickly link that for you guys. So that you guys can go like it, in case you haven't liked it already. Oh, yeah. I already invited some of my friends to like the page because they love wrestling, so... Let me just copy this URL here. Did that work? Yep. There's the link right there. So it posts to both chats, so you guys should be able to get to grab that if you need to. There we go. So we got TJP versus Kalisto. Now this is a very, very unexpected match. I did not expect to include TJP in this card. Kalisto wanted to be a part of RCW. That is absolutely... He came to me and he's like, RCW needs some luchas. So that's exactly what happened. But TJP said that he wasn't being treated correctly on 205 Live. So he left 205 Live to join RCW, expecting that I'm going to treat him properly. So who knows? It depends on how he performs in the ring and how he acts outside of it. So... But yeah, I will definitely take your idea into consideration, Trey, and definitely do that. got TJP here. We should have a very surprising matchup coming up. I believe it's the next match, if I'm correct. It's somebody who wanted to return to wrestling for a long time. Well, who actually wrestles in Japan. He's done some time in Japan. He's coming back to WWE. You know, that might give his name away. But who knows? It depends on who's been paying attention to WWE or not. John already knows, but because I told him before I told him what was happening. It was actually his suggestion to make the Undisputed Era Dudley Boys match as the opener or as the main event. And since I already had a main event planned, I decided to switch the card around and put the Dudley Boys as part of the... I forgot. I forgot. Yeah, you do know, but you might have forgotten it, so I think that makes it even better because then that means you're going to be surprised too, despite me already telling you. It'll be a surprise, which is better. It is better, honestly. It is better. It is better. That is correct. So, I just talked to Kalisto not too long ago before this stream, and he had said to me that even though this is his very first match on RCW, he wants to be here for the long haul. I'm not sure where he sees himself on the RCW brand, but you know, he told me that he just wants to be here. He absolutely wants to be here, and you know, he told me the time he had in WWE, both on 205 Live and both as a member of the Lucha Dragons with his buddy Sin Cara. And he talked about how much he actually misses Sin Cara. So, you know, who knows, maybe the Lucha Dragons could once reunite on RCW and go for the tag team titles. Or, I don't know. It's all up to Kalisto and Sin Cara, what they decide that they feel is best for them, and what I decide is best for the RCW brand. But luckily, I'm a very, very negotiable. They got to keep an eye on the count here. I should probably just display the referee counts on screen. I should probably do that so that I can hear them. Because right now, so that I can see where they're at. I might actually change that up. TJP, what's he going for here? Ow, that really hurts. Trying to pull the shoulder out of the socket. Kick to the face by Kalisto. What a reversal. I always found the luchadors to be the most satisfying to watch because of them doing all the high flying stuff. So you know, I thought when making this roster and actually talking to some of the wrestlers that, you know, that a lot of them really wanted to come here. And honestly, the thing about RCW that makes it different from all the other wrestling brands is that it's everything that WWE should be. Honestly, when I initially created this show, I wanted, as a wrestling fan, I wanted everything to be what WWE isn't. So I'm basically creating my own storylines, doing everything, doing all that stuff to make it the way that I would want it to be. Of course, I'm simulating stuff, but for right now, but you know, this is sort of the way I want it to be, making my own match cards, not putting like really stupid matches. Some matches like this one will be random, but you know, sometimes that's how it is. But TJP comes out with a win here, so we got our next match coming up. Well, before that, I completely forgot. AJ Styles. He's going to speak about his loss. I honestly don't know what he's going to say. He just said, I need to speak to the WWE Universe. That's what he told me. John, what do you think he's going to say after seeing that match? Do you think he's actually going to make excuses, or do you think he's just going to claim that he's the best wrestler despite losing to Seth Rollins? And honestly, it was his own fault. There was nothing going on. He continued to wrestle even though he hit the phenomenal forearm, I believe, twice on Seth Rollins. And he chose not to cover him towards the end of the Iron Man match. So, here is the phenomenal AJ Styles. He's going to come and talk about what happened in his last match. So, who knows? Honestly, who knows what's going to happen? Okay, sorry. I thought I don't have to spell it out for you, but it's pretty. I'm not in the best mood right now, and in a minute you'll understand exactly why. Okay. Southern accent. I fucked up. Okay. So obviously he's in a foul mood, which would explain I'm being pushed around and ignored for far too long. I gave you a title shot. I gave you a title shot. You're the one that messed up. What is he talking about? He's not getting what he wants. I just gave him a title shot. Well, start fighting for yourself, then explain to me why you didn't cover Seth Rollins. Okay? Prove to me you want to fulfill your rematch clause. Do you want to fulfill your rematch clause? Do you want that rematch clause? You are legally supposed to get one. Well, wow, that was very, very powerful words. AJ Styles saying he's been pushed around despite me giving him a title shot. He could probably just have his panties in a bunch because he lost, and you know, he's probably more pissed off about himself with that. So the wait is over. We have the debut of Grand Metalik and the King of the 619, Rey Mysterio, debuting on RCW. So Rey Mysterio is currently in talks with getting back to WWE, but he told me he did not want to wait to get back in the action. So after the Royal Rumble, where he surprisingly returned to a WWE ring, after the Royal Rumble and after he was eliminated, he had talked to me briefly about, you know, his future with WWE. He was in contract negotiations, and even though he signed a 3-year deal with WWE, or at least I believe it was a 3-year deal, he still wasn't feeling comfortable at where he was at. Like, he said, I loved Lucha Underground, I loved New Japan, I loved all these independent wrestling leagues. You know, is it okay if I try out for RCW? And I said, of course, we'd love to have you here in RCW. And I said, so who do you want your opponent to be? And he said, I want Grand Metalik. But he told me that he liked Grand Metalik and that he would love a tag team title run with Grand Metalik. So what I did for him was I told him, okay, this is going to be a friendly matchup. You and your tag team partner are going to go one-on-one in a match. Friendly match, obviously. Some friendly competition between friends. So, obviously, we have that going there. And so here we go. Rey Mysterio versus Grand Metalik. What a slam there by Grand Metalik. I expect this match to be quite an entertaining one because these two guys are really talented at what they do. They are really talented at what they do, and I expect them to be absolutely phenomenal in this match here. Look at the athleticism of Grand Metalik there with that move. Just pure flexibility there. Now, this is something you won't see from just any average RCW superstar. Wow, what a move by Rey. I did not know that was in his arsenal there. And I've watched Rey for a long time. Reversal by Grand Metalik. What is he going to do here? Sling Blade. What a move, going for the cover here. I don't think that'll be enough, though. Definitely not for the 619 King Rey Mysterio. What's he going for here? Suplex. Wow, suplex into a cover. That was short-lived there. Looking to get Grand Metalik to submit here. I think it's a little too early for that. What a takedown by Rey Mysterio. Reversal. Way to get out of that there. Sunset flip powerbomb, I believe. What an elbow drop. Springboard elbow drop. It's absolutely insane. Is he going to pin Rey here? Wow, Grand Metalik takes down the legend Rey Mysterio. Wow, I did not expect that to happen. I can tell you that much. But hey, a little friendly competition never hurt anybody. Now these two will be in tag team action in the near future. So what do we got here for the next match? Oh, you heard it. You heard me say this earlier tonight. Paige has got something to say. I'm pretty sure she's gonna be pretty happy because earlier tonight she won the match against Sasha Banks to earn her the right to choose her stipulation. But that hasn't won her the title. That just happens to make her be able to choose her own stipulation and choose what match she wants Sasha in. And Sasha's been in Hell in a Cell. She's been Falls Count Anywhere. It's been absolutely ridiculous what Sasha's been through. Was Paige, she got injured, so she has had no experience in any of those matches. It was only recent that WWE started putting the women in those types of brutal matches. So, I don't know. I honestly have no idea. Like I said, I'll probably have to talk to Paige after the show and see where her head's at. But trust me, you will know. You will know. Eventually. Obviously, Paige greeting everybody in the RCW universe. Okay, she's making a statement. What she's doing? What is she doing here? I have no idea. I honestly have no idea what she's gonna do. Well, that would be a lie because I've made the matches, but but you know what I mean. Who is she talking about here? We have quite the roster of women on this, so could it be Becky? Alexa Bliss? AJ Lee, wow. Wow, AJ Lee. Igniting a new rivalry, perhaps? AJ Lee definitely doesn't back down from a challenge, for sure. Judging by what Paige just said, she never backs down from a challenge. So let's see what happens here. Honestly, from what we heard from AJ Lee tonight, I don't know, maybe she's mad about the fact that she didn't get, she's not going to get a title shot quite yet. Alright. Looks like Paige is, trying to get under AJ Lee's skin here. It looks like it's working. Looks like it's working here. These two ladies go way back in WWE. These two ladies are absolutely brutal. They put on some of the greatest matches, in my opinion. When I watched them go at it in WWE, they put on some of the greatest matches ever. So it's expected to be the same way here in RCW. Oh shit! She's saying she's kissing up to the boss, which is me. But who knows? Who knows? I don't know. Judging by what she did with Xavier Woods, you know, I can be sure she's never done anything like that with me yet. So, you know, who knows? Oh, AJ Lee. I'm not sweating you one bit, she says. Oh no. What's Paige gonna have to say to that? Paige. Oh! Jeez. Paige took the microphone. Paige had enough. I did not expect this out of Paige. Honestly, she's had enough of AJ Lee's insults. Claiming that she's kissing up to the boss, kissing up to me. I don't think so. From the talks that we've had, I don't think so. Referee's got to break them up. Wow. How brutal is that? I don't know. We might have to see a match between these two in the future. So, for our main event tonight, we have a fatal four-way match between Randy Orton, Triple H, Booker T, and Samoa Joe. And this is a #1 contender match for the ECW, or not ECW. I keep saying ECW. My bad. RCW World Championship. I will have to get used to saying it. It's only the second episode, so bear with me. You're going to have to bear with me on that. Let's see what happens here. I'm not sure Exactly, because currently Braun Strowman holds the title. So nobody has rightfully earned the title, but Braun Strowman, I felt, should hold the title for the time being until we find a rightful contender for it. And then whoever wins this match will go on to face Braun Strowman at the Barrage pay-per-view. Here we go. This will be quite the matchup here. Remember, anything goes in a Fatal 4-Way rule. Under Fatal 4-Way rules, no disqualifications, no countouts. So these men in here can absolutely use anything to their advantage. Booker T. Going to town on Triple H here. This looks like to be a double team with Booker T and Randy Orton. Booker T decides to slide out and take a breather here. I highly suggest for any of these men in the match tonight that they have eyes in the back of their head. Booker T comes right back in right after Samoa Joe. Triple H takes Randy Orton on the outside. Side Russian leg sweep by Randy Orton. Uh-oh, Booker T's going for the pin here. Luckily, Samoa Joe was able to kick out because I don't think Randy Orton would have been able to get there in time. No time to gloat, Randy Orton. You got a match going on, man. You can hear the RCW Universe chanting Randy as they hope he comes out the victor in this match. Honestly, out of everybody in this match, who do you think would be a good matchup against Braun Strowman? And I know Braun Strowman is a big man. I know that he is a big man. But he can be beat. So, who do you think will be able to come out the victor against him? Papa hates your Joe. Papa hates your Joe. Triple H? Is that what you're saying? Triple H or Joe? agree with you on that. I think Triple H could possibly beat Braun Strowman for the title. And don't worry, right after the show, I will talk to Paige and see what's going on with the RKO. Booker T. Oh, almost. Randy Orton almost had a victory there. Most people do not kick out of the RKO. As Randy Orton said, I believe, and I quote, he said, the 3 most deadliest words in sports entertainment. RKO. Spine Buster by Triple H. It was probably wise of him not to cover there because there was multiple people in the ring at that time, so it's probably wise of him, a very veteran move, to just hurt him a little bit. Now it's Randy Orton and Triple H, or Randy Orton and Booker T again. Cradle DDT, Randy Orton. Both men, both Triple H and Samoa Joe. Now Triple H back in. Samoa Joe is still on the outside trying to get himself together here. He's back up on his feet. Now Samoa Joe's back in. Bye-bye Triple H. As Booker T tries to work over Triple H on the outside, Samoa Joe says, I'm going to go on the outside too. Randy Orton, this might have some valuable time for him just to kind of cool off a little bit. He's had some monster offense in this match. I believe it was Booker T who just got busted open there by Triple H. As Randy Orton works over Samoa Joe on inside the squared circle. What's Randy going for here? I believe that was an RKO in mid-air. I believe that's what that was. I don't know. It was hard to tell. And Samoa Joe kicks out. Holy crap, this match is going to... What a main event we got going on here. Booker T. Randy Orton kicks out of 2. Triple H still taking a breather still. He's got to get up here at some point. And Booker T decides to breakdance in the middle of the match. Samoa Joe! And Samoa Joe comes out as our winner here. He will take on Braun Strowman. Okay, that was a weird achievement there. So now Samoa Joe is the #1 contender for the RCW World Championship. But after seeing what we saw earlier tonight with Paige and AJ Lee, what do you think's going to come of that? Do you possibly think that AJ Lee is going to ambush Paige at the Barrage pay-per-view? Because I can see that happening. I can totally see that happening. So we have reached the end of episode 2 of RCW Ravage Championship Wrestling. Let me know what you guys have thought of that episode there. I think we had more. I think honestly we had way better matches this time around than the last. So let me make a few changes here. Hang on, I gotta go to that championship thing and figure out #1 contendership and all that. Hang on. I think that would be under championships, wouldn't it? Okay. So now we have to edit some #1 contendership here. We still have to find a #1 contender for the Undisputed Era or the Tag Team Championships, depending on who joins us here. We got some new tag teams joining. I might actually have custom tag teams joining here. So the Bella Twins are the current champion. Championships here. I completely forgot about that. Dolph Ziggler is on the show. He is on the show. I know I talked about him last episode. Why isn't Joe on here? I have to edit him in the power rankings, don't I? Nope, it's Braun Strowman that's champion. I might have to edit him in the power rankings here. We'll definitely have to bump him up wherever he is. Did I just go past him? Probably. He's Alexa Bliss is probably going to go above him, above Finn Balor here. Well, even though it doesn't say that Samoa Joe is a #1 contender, he is. He is. Let me make sure that he is actually assigned to the show real quick. So, like I said, he will face Braun Strowman. As far as Dolph Ziggler, I had talks with him about coming to the show. And like I said, I've had issues with him and Drew McIntyre on Raw. Costing people matches. Oh, of course, he's not on this show, so we will have to change that here. I completely forgot that he wasn't on here. Okay, there we go. That changes it. That puts him on the power rankings. I forgot you have to assign somebody for that. So Samoa Joe is now the #1 contender for the RCW World Championship. As far as the Bella Twins go, we will definitely they will face the tag team of Ember Moon and Emma at the Barrage pay-per-view to decide who will be the rightful owners of the title for the very first time. As far as tag teams go, like the guy tag teams, I'm still making those. We will have a #1 contender match probably next episode for the tag team titles. We will also figure out what's going on between AJ Lee and Paige there. That's quite the... I did not expect that to happen. And AJ Styles, I will have to talk with him and see if he wants to fulfill his rematch clause. And if he does, then he does. And if he doesn't, he doesn't. So it depends. So I'd like to thank all of you for joining me. And I will skip over to the next show here. And, wow, that's a weird match. Sin Cara versus Braun Strowman versus, that's a weird match. You guys think that's a weird match right there? That's a weird match. 2-on-2 tag team, that match makes sense. Now I actually like that match right there. I actually like that. I might actually keep that one. So, anyways, thank you guys for joining me for the second episode of Ravage Championship Wrestling. So, next time we are in Orlando, Florida, and I'll be creating the match cards. Be sure to like the Ravage Championship Wrestling Facebook page. Make sure to like that, because then you'll get some news on upcoming matches for the next show. Yeah. So make sure to like that. You'll also get results of pay-per-views as well on the show, and some hyped stuff up for the pay-per-views. I'm currently making a poster for the Barrage pay-per-view. Real quick, before I end the show, I will actually show you the arena. Okay? I will show you the arena that I actually made for it, so that you guys can actually see what's going on here. Like I said, we don't have a date for it yet. It really all depends on, because I start college September 4th. Honestly, so it really all depends on what's going on. And once 2K19 drops, I will probably have to take some time, and there probably won't be as many episodes of RCW within the next coming weeks, because I'll have to take some time and recreate everything, and the show might be completely different coming in 2K19. What's up, Wild Tay? How's it going on? Okay, so we got the Blitz Arena. I'll probably change the name of that, honestly. That's just a temporary name. But we are loading it in here. So I'll show you what we got here. So I'll show you the ring. Obviously, let's, how do I just do... Okay. I'm doing pretty good. I'm doing amazing right now, actually. Honestly, I'd like to tell you guys something as I'm doing this here. Creating this show has honestly made me a happier person. Definitely. Seeing you guys love the show, it's really awesome because I really did put a lot of work into this, especially creating the arenas, creating the logos, everything, creating the rosters, storylines, everything. You know, this is not necessarily just something that I just plan overnight. You know, obviously I did this arena last night, and I ended up doing that. So really, what type of camera do I have? For webcam? Or for capturing Xbox? Because there's two different, like, cameras, I should say. So for the base settings, that's basically just controlling, you know, what crowd you have, everything. So we have the sub movies, the movies, whatever. All that crap. The stage. Under the stage construction. This is what we got. Xbox. I have the Elgato HD60S, which that runs for maybe $200 to $300. I think 200. Close to that. Okay. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. I can actually do crap now. I was trying to figure out. Okay, so this is the arena right here. I will edit the steps. Obviously, the steps is one thing I gotta edit. But here is. Whoops. Woo! Let's go down. Can we go down, please? Thank you. So this is the ramp, obviously, up here. And if we go further in, whoops. Yee! Alright. There is the ramp here, and there's where the Barrage logo is going to be there for the pay-per-view. Obviously, I did some remodeling of the ramp here. So it has, let's move it forward and backward. Sorry, the camera's kind of wacky. But there is RCW, the logo's there. Down the ramp. And then I'm probably going to make the steps red and black, because that's kind of the color scheme that we have for the pay-per-view. And then we have the RCW in the middle of the ring there. Then we have the red and black ropes to go with the color scheme. I might edit the ring posts and everything as well. And yeah, and then we have the old style barricades as well. So, there you go. So here's the arena for the Barrage pay-per-view. Like I said, I will probably plan out and see what's going on. I still have to edit a few things, but this is, and obviously we got the Barrage logo right there on the side there. So there it is. So anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode of RCW and the little preview of the arena here. I can't wait for you guys to see the whole pay-per-view and everything else going forward. So anyways, I'll catch you guys later on the next episode of Ravage Championship Wrestling, RCW. Thanks for watching, guys.